Akademiks tried to lie to Dave Free. What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashapp to CLBMG. Join the membership. Listen, Akademiks went to, he said he was going to go, and he finally went. He went to one of Kendrick's shows, but he snuck in there scarily, quietly, got in a suite, which suites are nice. When I went to the Washington Commanders game, I went to see the Commanders. Salute to my man Los. I went and bought some tickets, and when I texted him, he said, "Oh, you here? Listen, I got some suites for you. Go up in the suites. You good?" So me and wifey went up in the suites, and life ain't been the same since. And watching that game up in the suites is different. It's food, it's drink, it's service. Like this, it's a whole different experience, and I get it. Akademiks went into the suite. Going to see a Kendrick show in the suites is a different vibe than a football game, though. It's a sporting event is different than seeing Kendrick. And you're way up top, you're looking way down through glass windows, or they open the windows, but it's still it's not the same. When I went to Kendrick, I was on the floor. We had floor seats. I didn't sit down for a second, and my experience was vastly different from Akademiks' experience. So Akademiks was like, "Yo, the crowd is weird." He did a whole breakdown and talking about the crowd was up, the crowd was down, they was hyped and they wasn't. Then he tried to say, "See, there's no K-bots in here. It's only little white girls. The whole crowd is white girls. I told you the K-bots are dusty. They don't got no money, da-da-da." So he just went a whole thing. I don't know why he went to the show just to talk mad shit and diss the joint and try to knock it down and be whatever. But at the end of the day, while he was doing this live stream in Detroit, he went to Detroit. I guess he got car service. He really said nobody knew I was in there. Da-da-da. So you know how you had to sneak in that bitch? Like you either had to sneak in there after the show started or way before. Like you went in there mad early when it was still daylight, or you went in there after the show had started for nobody to see you going in there. Because during when everybody's loading in, it's a lot of people. Somebody would have said, "That's Akademiks, bitch ass." So no, he had to sneak in there. So end of the day, he went in there. I don't even really see who he went in there with, but he had his little gear on and this and that and da-da-da-da. But at the same time, I feel like, why are you here? Why if you really, and he claims he's impartial, and I just like music. He went to the Weekend show 3 times, 3 different Weekend shows, da-da-da. What, make up your mind, gang, like, because you're like the biggest champion of Drake, and you force feeding his message, and you're doing this and that. You've been dissing Kenny last year. Let's just be honest. You had a lot of negative things to say, and you got a whole page. Right now, you go on Akademiks TV, they just misinformation and just defaming Kenny every single solitary morning. The dude don't even brush his teeth. He wake up and just start talking shit about Kendrick every morning, and that's your page. You pay that guy, and it's under stake, so all of you guys are paying him. But end of the day, Akademiks trying to act like he's impartial, and really what we really know what it is, Akademiks won't admit this, but he knows Kendrick has always been better than Drake. And Akademiks' songs last year, it showed 2 out of his 3 favorite songs on Spotify was Kendrick records. And then he just went to the Kendrick concert. You know how difficult it is to buy a suite for a concert such as Kendrick? The tickets were already obnoxious. Then you're getting a suite with food and drink and this, that, and the third, services and da-da-da, somebody coming and checking on you. You just want to make sure you guys okay. It's a whole thing. Right? When I was there, one of the old Redskin players came to the suite. Like, he was going suite to suite, just build his name up. He let me wear his ring and everything. I can't remember the guy's name. The old head Redskin fan. Salute. Salute to whoever that was. Salute the gang. But it's a whole different experience. So you had to pay mad money to see this show. And then you spent half the time trying to say that the crowd was, they was up and down. I don't know any scissor songs, da-da-da. It seemed like they was 50-50. Like, his whole breakdown was just like a hater trying to sound like unbiased, but then you're throwing mad stones. And so what happened was, apparently Dave Free, who was Kendrick's right-hand man, 50 grand, who they had the whole scandal last year when the Dave Free, right? Drake tried to say that Dave Free was his father, this guy child. And I always ask myself, I'm like, I know these 2 dudes are so close that when the song came out, I'm guaranteeing you, because I got friends like this, if that was me and my man, and the song came out and he said that was my man, be like, "Oh yeah, you really smashed my girl." Like, it's so ridiculous, it's funny, right? You have to address it because it's so dumb. So Dave Free allegedly, according to Akademiks, saw that he was in a building, because he's in a building, because this is his man. They do business together. They business partners. So apparently, him and Kendrick's the manager, another guy, I don't remember his name right now, but they went and they found Akademiks. Right? I got a story right here. I want to read it, but they found Akademiks and had a heart-to-heart with them. And Akademiks tried to save face after the concert went off, and he's sitting on his couch, got his shoes off, he's getting comfortable, right? So he goes, they came in and da-da-da. They asked me, was I getting paid? I was offended. Did Drake pay me? We all know Listen, Akademiks, you're going way too hard for Drake for that just to be your man. There is payment being involved. I promise you. We all know that the Akademiks TV is getting paid by Stake. We know that. So that means Drake is paying you some kind of way. Why would Stake pay you to slander Kendrick? Stake is paying you for promotion. They're not paying you to slander Kendrick. So somebody has to be paying him to slander Kendrick, right? Let's just be honest. But according to Akademiks, he don't know why he would get asked a question like that and he's offended, right? You ain't been offended about nothing else, right? You love this stuff. This is all for content. That's why you told the story. You ain't offended. This is content. And why wouldn't he ask you that? But let me read this story because I want to get all the information just like everybody else want to know. DJ Akademiks alleges Dave Free asked him if Drake was paying him. Why wouldn't he? If it walked like a duck, it talked like a duck, it's a duck, gang. Let me keep this moving. According to DJ Akademiks, he was incredibly offended by a question he was asked by Kendrick Lamar. He was asked at the Kendrick Lamar and SZA show. Recently, DJ Akademiks attended Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Grand National Tour stop in Detroit. The internet personality took to social media shortly after to reflect on this experience and to reveal an interesting question he was asked during the show. According to him, he bumped into Dave Free, who allegedly questioned whether or not he's on Drake's payroll. Quote, "What are you getting from this? Is Drake paying you?" That's a very logical question. I'm sitting there, I finally got you face to face. I want to know. Like, let me know. Talk to me. Let's on some man-to-man shit, because you're doing a lot, gang. But yeah, you sitting here in a suite at my show, $20,000 on this fucking suite. But for some reason, you every day you got some crazy shit. You crazy ass man, the Grand Wizard chat nigga doing. He's saying wild shit right now. I can open up Twitter right now. I guarantee you something wild shit on his page, something crazy. And nobody does shit for free. So is he paying you? Let me continue. He allegedly asked, referring to DJ Akademiks, unwavering support for the Toronto artist. Ak admits that he took offense to this, making it crystal clear that his opinions cannot be bought. I stopped believing that shit last year. All this, I can't be bought, all this bull. He been saying it for you. You can't buy me. Remember we beef with Nicki Minaj. These labels can't control me. They can't pay me. They can't buy me, da-da-da. But we've since learned that there have been money exchange for other situations, not just that. Let's just be honest. Akademiks, you told him yourself, okay? Let's just be honest. You get paid in a lot of ways. You get paid in a lot of ways. And some stuff look like a duck, it quack like a duck. It looked like you're getting paid. But let me continue. Quote, "That was the most insulting thing," he revealed, as captured by NFR Podcast. And I've had conversations with these men for a while, but the very idea that I was like a purchasable commodity was so disgusting. I reminded him, I said, "You know I've been doing this for over 10 years. I've been doing this for over 15 years. How do you think I became me? You knew about me before this shit. Did you think I was cheap? I was a cheap hoe that can just be bought?" First of all, every hoe ain't cheap. Some of these hoes cost a lot of money. Some hoes $3-4 grand a night. So no, that ain't necessarily just because you will take money don't mean it's got to be a little bit of money. No, it's not that you're cheap. It's that you're expensive. Still don't mean you're not a hoe. You know what I'm saying? So let me keep this pushing. That was the most insulting thing I have ever heard because his idea was, well, if you're not getting paid by this guy, if Drake ain't paying you, why do you lean so much in that direction? DJ Akademiks continued, "The people I've defended the most, I've never gotten paid from." He went on to note that Drake is his favorite rapper, which is why he backed him throughout the viral battle with Kendrick Lamar. You backed him, but your #1 record of the year was Not Like Us, and you never ever backed that record. How can you say you defended him the most, and you respect him the most, but you really like Kendrick stuff more? You're not being honest. You're being disingenuous. You really and Euphoria was your third. I think Not Like Us was #1. Something by Drake was #2, and #3 song of the year of 2024 was Euphoria. But you never said none of that. So you're up here virtue signaling and acting like, yo, I'm above that. I'm above reproach and this and that and the third. But at the same time, you're not admitting the real shit that you like Kendrick better. You're sitting in Kendrick concert. Have you ever? I don't know. Did you go to Australia for Drake's show? Like, what's happening? Like, gang, like you're not really. You beg Drake for tickets, right? You never get the tickets from him, but you pay full price to go to Kendrick thing and get a suite and all that, sneaking in, da, right? So it ain't making no sense to people like me with logical brains. Like you're making it like you're this virtuous. Oh my God, I would never, never. I would never. Akademiks would never. But we don't believe you, gang. We don't believe it. It ain't adding up. Let me keep this moving. He went on to note that Drake is his favorite rapper, which is why he backed him throughout the virtual battle with Kendrick. Axe laid his claim Comes after Dave Free took home two BET Awards at the 2025 ceremony, which took place earlier this year. He and Kendrick won Video of the Year and Best Collaboration Video of the Year. Kendrick delivered a brief speech about the honor. I ain't been here in a long time, but it always kept my heart at BET, he said in part. I always made sure they represent the culture right, and they put me in the midst of the cycle we represent, and that's real. True down-to-earth music that people can feel, so I always give my heart to BET. Everybody, we all got a soft spot for BET. Even though no matter how ridiculous they get, these shows get dumber and dumber, and it gets, ever since Viacom bought them, they moved away from things that's really helping the culture progress forward, and a lot of silly stuff they be getting into. We still, all of us got our favorite BET programs that we used to watch, 106 in Park, Rap City, what's the joint with the Caribbean Vibes, all that old shit. We used to watch a lot of shit, Donnie Simpson, all that shit. So everybody got something in their heart about BET, so I respect him for saying that. I respect him for showing up. But Akademiks, they caught you. You copped the plea, but then you try to act tough. I'm sure there was a lot more said, because he did say there was a lot of other questions asked, and they just cornered him, and they like, listen, I think he said that they was like, do we really have a problem? How real is this situation? And he was just like, copping pleas, da-da-da. I know he didn't expect these dudes to roll up. They found his room, which is funny to me. That's how easy that Akademiks understand he can be caught. He thought he snuck in there. He thought he was good. Then he went and did the weirdest shit ever, which is live stream from that place, thinking that it was all safe. I'm in Detroit. This ain't LA, da-da-da. Now, if it really was a problem, that would have been a real problem. They would have came in that suite on some other time. Not saying Dave Free, but somebody could have sent somebody over there to get the smacking and cracking. And I don't know who he was with in there. Probably would have been a whole 50 Cent Ja Rule situation. Like, who did what to who? But at the end of the day, this is what happened. I feel like Akademiks really going to move even more scarily now, because you know, oh yeah, these dudes will roll up on me. And I'm sure it wasn't like we're going to do something to you type of thing, but at the same time, people don't really like confrontation at all. So it could have been a little old lady just asking questions. It's like, damn, I'm caught right here. So now he got to understand what he says is going to matter. And his image is looking tainted out here, and we just really don't believe that you're this squeaky clean. I would never, like, no, we're not buying the act. I don't believe you. I feel like you're going to make it seem like you're not getting paid, but I 100% believe, and I get it. You don't need his money, but all money spent. And people don't change. People don't. It's one thing to have you on the side, but another thing to keep you leaning that way every single day is two different things, right? It's two different things. And I really feel like that money is the motivator to get you up every morning. You were on that live stream every day defending this guy. At some point, you didn't have to do all that. You were doing a little bit much. Okay, you like him as a rapper, but you were doing a lot that was messing up your other money. So let's just be honest. You could have actually, if you were that impartial, you could have stayed impartial and got money with both of them. But no, you took a side, which you didn't have to do, and it became progressively aware that you were Team Drake. That's fine. But some of that money had to be exchanged. I just don't believe you. I'm starting to realize that even though I got some virtuous things about me and shit I would never do, everybody ain't like that. And a lot of times shit is exactly what it looked like. And it looked like you got some kind of bag. Just gonna be honest. Let me know what you think in the comment. CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com. You got to put that dash in there, black. Put a little dash mark, and then put Yeti, and then put .com. They ship all over the continental U.S. Let them know who sent you. Also, every Wednesday night around 9:15, we go live on the What Show. We will be talking about this topic, so join in, get in the chat, get in the comment right on my Charles Brown channel. We get about 200 people in the chat, so just come through, let me know what you think. Have fun. All right, I'm going to catch you there. I'm going to see you on the flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.